So you're moving to Dallas and you're trying to figure out, okay, what's the best area? What's the best neighborhood in Dallas? Maybe you've even decided that you want to move to Frisco, but there's so many neighborhoods and there's so many new neighborhoods and builders popping up all the time that you're trying to figure out, okay, what the heck? What do I do? The good news is we know Dallas, and we're talking about the Grove in Frisco, which is an amazing new neighborhood. It's got to be one of the best neighborhoods in Dallas. Stay tuned. I'm Brian White. Hey, welcome back to Moving to Dallas Guide. This is the place people come to get the latest information, the best information on the best neighborhoods in Dallas. Each week we share with you exactly what's going on in North Texas, the new suburbs, the new neighborhoods, and the hottest places to be. My name is Brian White. I'm a local North Texas realtor and team leader with eXp Realty. My wife and I have been in the Dallas-Fort Worth area for nearly 15 years now, and we love serving our clients. Our mission statement is give, serve, and love. So we want to make sure that you've got an amazing experience, whether you're making a move to Dallas or your next move in Dallas. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so you never miss one of our updates. Okay, today we're going to talk about the Grove in Frisco, and we're going to talk about the location, schools, churches near the Grove, builders in the Grove, and then we're going to show you some homes that are currently on the market that you can buy right now. Hey, before we talk about the Grove, I think it makes sense to mention a few great things about Frisco, starting with the fact that Frisco has been rated the #1 safest city in the U.S. A study by WalletHub analyzed more than 300 markets across the U.S. and determined that Frisco was the #1 city to buy a home in America. We'll talk more about this in a second, but according to niche.com, schools in Frisco got the #1 rating in a variety of areas on niche.com. Frisco's been rated the second fastest growing city in the country. It's frequently rated one of the best places to live, and it's been rated one of the top 1% of school districts in Texas. I'm excited to tell you more about that in a second. And finally, specific to the Grove was recently given a 5-star neighborhood rating. And really, that's all about the excellence of the Homeowners Association. The Grove has an active Homeowners Association that loves to plan activities and really give residents an opportunity to get together and meet their neighbors. Are you ready to get started? All right, let's jump right in. So where the heck is the Grove anyway? So the Grove is in the northeast corner of Frisco. It's an area called the Four Corners because it's literally at the spot that's the corner of Frisco, McKinney, Allen, and Plano. Here you can see the Grove Frisco by Newland. Newland is a phenomenal developer, and it's located just west of Custer Road. Custer is a major north-south road. What's interesting is literally just on the other side of Custer, #1 is an amazing, like one of the best private golf courses in Texas. But on the other thing is the other side of the road is McKinney. Once you drop down south of San Maria Tollway, which is also called 121, then you're in Allen and then in the Plano area. So Frisco is located north central in Dallas-Fort Worth. It's conveniently located you can get to employers in McKinney, lots of employers in Frisco itself, and then because of the great highway system in Dallas-Fort Worth, pretty easy to get down to Dallas. You can also get across to Fort Worth, although Frisco is a long way from Fort Worth, so if you're going to be commuting to Fort Worth on a regular basis, Frisco might not be your spot. But like I said before, there are so many employers in Frisco that it's a great spot. The schools in Frisco are top-notch. One of the things that make Frisco schools great is they've made a decision to keep schools relatively small. Now I say relative because Frisco has boomed so much that there are actually a lot of students in many of the schools, but what they've decided to do is keep the schools relative to neighborhoods. So instead of having just a few massive schools, they've tried to build more schools to keep each school a little bit smaller. What that does is it helps classroom sizes, it helps school sizes, and it helps the programs. So kids getting involved in athletics, in band, in all of the various school activities have more opportunity to participate. Participation has been one of the hallmarks of Frisco ISD and Frisco schools. In our experience, and if you've watched many of our videos, you've heard us say this, neighborhoods and areas where the parents are able to get involved and get actively involved typically have better schools. So more involved parents frees up teacher time to actually teach and spend time with the students, and that's a hallmark. That's absolutely the case in Frisco. So as we dive into the schools, the first thing we want to point you to is do your research. We point people to niche.com. That's where all of our information comes from. You can also go to greatschools.org. Those are two great sources to really understand what's important to you in terms of schools and what's going to be a great fit. So as we go to niche.com, you can see that Frisco Independent School District gets an A+ rating. So it's got an A+ for academics. It's pretty much got an A rating, some form of an A rating across the board. Looks like food may not be quite top notch, but everything else in Frisco ISD is really strong. If we scroll down, let's take a look at the school district ratings. And Frisco Independent School District is the number 7 district in all of Texas out of more than 1,000. So it's in the top 1% of Texas school districts. It's number 23 in terms of athletics and number 94. So it's in the top 10% of school districts for teachers. And when you get great teachers and it's a great place for teachers to teach, it ends up being a great school district. Hey, I mentioned that student-teacher ratio in Frisco ISD a minute ago. It's 15-1. That's 15 students to teacher. And as you can imagine, the smaller classroom sizes makes a huge difference in the education of children. All right, so let's dive into the amenities in the Grove in Frisco. It's one of the things I'm most excited about. We've got clients that just toured the neighborhood and they were blown away by the amenities. It all starts at the Orchard House and Info Center. The Orchard House is really more than your traditional amenity center. When you walk through the door, you can see that they've got a coffee shop they've got traditional coffee, but then they've also got the nitro infused, right? So everything's over the top at the Orchard House in the Grove at Frisco. It really is a terrific place to gather. It's super comfortable, super inviting. There's even meeting space that can be reserved just off. So if you're someone that runs a small business, then there are conference spaces that you can rent. Or if you're in corporate sales, it's a great spot for you to bring your team to meet with you. The Orchard House also includes a fully equipped fitness center that's sizable and really well appointed. It's got the newest and best equipment there. Just outside the Orchard House is a beautiful fire pit, and fire pit doesn't even begin to describe it, but it's a long fire architecture. It's just gorgeous, and it's a great place to hang out. On the other side of the Orchard House is a beautiful swimming pool, and it's two-tiered. So it's got a great upper level, and then it's got a negative edge pool where the water drops down, and it drops down, I don't know, 6, 8, 10 feet. It's a big drop. And then creates a waterfall effect with a beautiful scenic area down below as well. Overall, the Orchard House is phenomenal. But that's not all they have in the Grove in Frisco. They've got the Great Lawn and Pavilion, which includes a park, playground, play space, and also great spots for picnics. So if you want to hang out in beautiful, shaded, treed location, it is a Grove after all, then the Great Lawn and Pavilion may be your spot. It really is surprising how many amenities the Grove has, considering it's just 733 square feet. So it's really not that big a neighborhood, but the amenities live much bigger than that. The builders in the Grove in Frisco are some of the best builders in Dallas-Fort Worth. It really is a who's who on the list of our favorite builders. Starting with American Legend Homes, building from the 500s. These homes start at 1,800 square feet and go to just shy of 3,300. I don't think I mentioned before, but there are a wide variety of lot sizes in the Grove, and that is one of my favorite things about neighborhoods. Again, because it keeps it really interesting and it creates different looks and feels. CB Jenny is another builder in the Grove, as well as Highland Homes and Southgate. Highland and Southgate are two of our favorite builders. They're both building on the upper end of the price points, with Highland starting at 800 and Southgate building in the $1 million+ range. One of the great things about building at some of the lower price points in a neighborhood is you've got higher price points that help give your home an opportunity to appreciate. And it also gives you an opportunity to move up within the neighborhood if you decide you want to do that without moving too far. You still get to enjoy the amenities, the stores, the shops, and everything that you've gotten used to. Shattuck Homes is a local builder in Dallas-Fort Worth, and they build fantastic, beautiful, appointed homes across Dallas-Fort Worth. They are a quality builder that often builds up into the luxury space. So the fact that you can get a Shattuck home starting at $600,000 is a big deal. Finally, let's talk about Trophy Signature Homes. So Trophy Signature is building starting at 2,800 square feet and then going on up. They're in the 900K plus range. And one of the things that we love about Trophy Signature is they're a more modern look. They're definitely on the cutting edge of home styles. And it's going to look really great in the Grove. One of the great things about the Frisco location is it really is in the middle of everything. It's in the middle of everything for shopping, and you might be wondering about churches in the area, so I wanted to share this with you. So the Grove is located right here, and as you can see on the left, there are a ton of churches around the area. So you're gonna have quite a few different churches to check out and get a match for your style and beliefs. Lots of church options all around the Grove in Frisco. All right, so you're ready to dive in and see what's on the market? All right, so if you go to our website at amazinghomesinDFW.com, you can get market updates and a market review on pretty much any suburb and many neighborhoods across North Texas. I'm actually showing you the data for all of Frisco in the end of July right now. So you can see that there are nearly 1,200 homes listed. You can see that the average price in Frisco is just under $1 million. The county average is $720K. One of the things that drives Frisco home prices up, it's the location, but it's also there's so much new construction, and new construction costs more than existing homes. You can see the average taxes, square footage, and just a lot of information about what's going on in Frisco. So if we scroll all the way down to the bottom, we're going to take. You can see that we've got the various neighborhoods listed, so you can search and explore a lot of the different neighborhoods in Frisco. I'm going to click on the Grove because that's what we're talking about today. So there are 4 different homes available right now in the Grove. So if we click the plus here, then we can dive right in and see those. So we've got 3,000 square feet. That's new construction, so it's not ready yet. That's listed, it's 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, and it's listed at $822,000. 4 bedrooms, 3.5 baths, 4 beds, 3 baths. So you can see that these are all roughly 4 bedrooms homes and right around 3,000 square feet in that $800K range. When you go to our website, you can click into the details and it'll actually lay out the floor plan for you. It'll tell you what the amenities, taxes, and all that other information is. So it's a great place to start and further your search. We'll include a link to our website below so you can check it out. I hope that's helpful. There's so much to love about Frisco and so much to love about the Grove in Frisco. We talked about the location, schools, talked about churches close to the Grove, talked about there are so many great amenities, especially considering the neighborhood's really not that big. And then we dove into the builders and homes that are available. So I hope that's helpful. If you're thinking about making a move, then we would love to help you. Please reach out so we can talk about what you're looking for and help you line that up. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so you never miss one of our updates, and hang out and watch another video.